Welcome guys, today I'm going to do an unboxing of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, the Buccaneer edition. This is the front of the box. It's pretty big. Just to give you an idea of scale, I'll put one of my other figures from Assassin's Creed Unity there so you can see it is pretty big. One thing I want to mention before I start is, like with Assassin's Creed Unity editions and with this edition, they're all exactly the same. The box is the same, everything. The only difference between the platforms is on the slipcase here. You'll see it's got a bar that says Xbox 360. The PS4 one just has PS4 and so on and so on. And the game inside is for a different console. Everything else, the box and everything, made in the same place, same factory. They just get sent to different rooms to fill them with a different game and put a different slipcover on the outside. So there's the back, and this will be the same again for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One. The only difference will be these little bits of detail here, and the picture of the game will be different. Everything else exactly the same. So let's take this slipcover off. Just check out the side. It's pretty much the same on both sides, I think. Yep. And let's take this slipcover off and get inside this thing. Okay, so this is the inside box. This is the one that's exactly the same for every console. And there's the side and the back. And then you can have a look at the top there. It's nothing particularly interesting, but it does look good. I don't know if you can see when I reflect the light on it a little bit, but this is slightly embossed. You can feel the wood grain on everything, which is pretty cool. Let's have a look at the bottom just in case there's anything there. No, there's a little Edward Kenway kind of signature, I think. Now, this has got stickers on both sides to hold this lid down, so I'm just going to quickly take them off. Okay, so I've taken off the stickers. Let's remove the lid. And let's get a top-down view so we can see what's inside there. Okay, so this is what it looks like from the top. You can see the figure in there, and what's this? Collector's item for ages 14 and over, choking hazard, usual kind of information. And here we go, this is where they just slide in any game, that whichever particular version it is. And there is the 360 version. I'll take a closer look at that in a second. And this, which is the art book. And we'll have a look at that closer in a second as well. And the lithographs as well. You can't see that very well, it's a bit bright. It doesn't feel like there's anything else in there. Ah, yes, of course, the soundtrack. Is there anything else? No, just some styrofoam. Okay, so we'll have a quick look at the other things and then we'll get to the figure. So like I said, this box set is the same for all different consoles. So here I have both the PlayStation 4 version of the game and this new Xbox 360 version that just came in the box with the rest of it. So as you can see, there's differences in the front cover, and that's because the PlayStation 4 version was the pre-order version where you get extra content that you can see there, and you will have this front cover on the PS4 version that goes in the actual special edition. So there's the side and the back, and there's the side, which is not very interesting, and the back. So I'll just get closer in on them for you. So there we go, we can see that it's pretty much the same on both of them. Like I said, they make all of this so that it works for each console, and it just makes their life easier to put it all together. So there you go, we've got both console games next to each other. It's pretty much the same, apart from like the specific details for each console at the bottom there. And it's also very much what you see on the back of the main box as well. So let's move on to the accessories. So here's the soundtrack. If I just flip that over, it's quite a cool image at the front there. If I flip that over, you can see there's like a map on the back and some writing. And if I take the disc out, you can see the disc there. Obviously you don't need to see the back of the disc, that would just be pointless. Okay, so this is the lithographs. Again, it's got this Edward Kenway signature there, and there is the back of the envelope. It's pretty much the same as Assassin's Creed Unity lithographs in terms of packaging. And let's just take a good look at these. That one is pretty damn cool, if you don't mind me saying so. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Let's have a look at this one a bit closer. Yeah, that's pretty cool too. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. So the next piece of awesomeness is this art book. Let's take a look inside. Actually, let's have a look on the back first. That's just got quite interesting, nice design there. Let's have a look inside. I quite like the look of this book actually compared to some other art books that I've seen. It's quite very neat, tidy design to it. And they've got Abstergo Industries stuff. I really like the design of the lobby and everything in Abstergo. That was pretty cool. So to see some of these designs is pretty awesome. And let's just face it, the game is beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous looking when you play it. So you can imagine this art is just, well, I mean, look at it. It's amazing. They've got so much to work with. I think that's the great thing about all the Assassin's Creed games is they just have so much to work with in terms of reference material that they can really get some beautiful artwork on the go before the game's even put together. Look at that. That's just awesome. That's a bit dark, I can't really see that very well. But you get the idea. I'll just have a quick flick through the rest of the book so you get an idea of what's there. Obviously, you'd get this yourself if you were really interested and if you wanted to see everything. So let's move on to the figure. So the moment we've all been waiting for, to take the figure out and check that out. Oh, it comes out quite easily. There we go. Let's have a look what's in the box with it. Just instructions on how to build the thing. So let's get this thing put together and take a closer look. Just before I want to put it together, I just want to show you guys how it comes in the box. You get the actual Edward Kenway figure there, and then you've got the sword up here, and on the back you've got the base and the parts of the mast and then the flag, and then you get this rope there, and I'm going to stick it together now and show it to you guys. Well, I'm glad I didn't do that on camera. That took some time to put together, friends. So basically here it is, and the way I've put it together is you get this piece and you plug it into the base. This piece goes into that piece, then you plug his foot into there, and then you attach the little sword. You just push in the bottom of it into the peg, and then you tie this around yourself, pull it around through there and tie it onto there. So let me just, before I get a closer look, let's just compare it to the Assassin's Creed Unity statue in size comparison. I think the dude is exactly the same size, he's just in a different pose. In terms of tallness, you can see the flag's a bit higher on the Unity statue, but it's pretty much, it's exactly the same scale, but not far off the same size as well. So let's check out a closer look of the actual statue. So there you go, you can see some of the details there, and if you actually look at the gun, it's actually loose, the guns. I don't want to pull them because I don't want to break it or damage it or anything, but you can actually tell that the guns are loose, separate items. And if you look at his face there, in terms of the facial detail, I would say that it's not quite as detailed as the Unity one, although the rest of it is. I think it's probably just the skin paint looks a bit plasticky. So let's take a closer look at the facial area, which is about there. I'll try and look up at his face. It's a bit dark, but you can see that he doesn't quite look like Edward Kenway. He kind of looks like the character of Edward Kenway, if you know what I mean. But it still looks pretty awesome. So let's get some detail on the rest of it, like the flag. So as you can see, the flag is pretty damn awesome. There's a lot of detail there. And you can just kind of feel like all the tiny little bits of details. But pretty much the whole thing is that detailed, so that is the whole set. I am doing videos on Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, and they may or may not be out yet, depending on what time you're watching this video. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this or you've found it helpful in any way, and please subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching. G4X.